Hey everybody, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a doll Swiffer and sponge. Let's get started. I'm going to start by showing you guys how to make a doll Swiffer. Here's what you're going to need for this project. I'm using a bamboo skewer for the stick for the mop, but you can substitute it with a green straw, a rolled up piece of paper into it that's like a stick, like you see my froggy stuff you do often. And yeah, just anything that's a stick that you can paint. Green and white craft foam, green paint and a paintbrush, scissors, and a hot glue gun. Let's get started. Okay, now you're going to start by cutting out a white rectangle that's the size that you want. As long as it's appropriate for the Barbie, it doesn't really matter. And remember to make it kind of medium size because you have to make the green one smaller than the white one. Just cut a rectangle. Next, just cut out your green rectangle and just make sure it's a little bit smaller than the white one you previously cut. That way you can see the white frame. Like that. Next, cut out two smaller white rectangles. Like really small. Like that. Just make two of those. Next, we're going to put it all together. Now just put a little swiggle of glue on the craft foam. If you don't have a hot glue gun, if you find a glue that will glue these together, you can use that instead. Just glue the green one on top of the white one. And then right on the back of the green, glue one of your smaller ones, like this. Just like this. Next, we're going to cut and paint our stick. Now, depending on what kind of stick you use, it all depends whether you're going to have to cut it or paint it. You can either roll up paper into sticks, like I said before, like my froggy stuff often does, or you can use a green straw. In that case, you won't have to paint it. Then you can just cut it. Now, if you're using bamboo skewers, to break it, you probably have to, like, snap it, or cut it with scissors, depending on what kind of scissors you have. Or if you have a dog, you can use dog toenail clippers, I know this sounds odd, to cut the stick because it'll cut it very easily. However, if you don't, you can just have a grown-up come up with some ideas to cut it, but I just snapped it in half and then like sort of cut some of the excess bamboo stuff off with scissors. So we're going to paint it green. Here we go. Just paint the whole entire stick green. It doesn't really have to be green. You can make your Swiffer green, or you can make it other colors depending on what you want. It doesn't have to be green. I'm just using the original color of the actual product, but just paint the whole thing green. I'm not going to make you watch this whole entire process, so yeah, I'm going to pause the camera. Okay, and once the paint has dried, then you can put the rest together. Now, depending on what you use for the stick, you may need 2 coats of paint, maybe not. I only needed 1 for the wood, but yeah. Okay, so you just put a little dab of glue at the bottom and glue it right onto the little rectangle on the Swiffer and just hold it there until it dries, which shouldn't take long if you're using hot glue. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch this either. Okay, and once it's done drying, on the other side of your stick, just take another dab of hot glue and glue the other small white rectangle to the top of the stick, and you're done! That's how you make a doll Swiffer. Next, I'm going to show you guys the way I make a doll sponge. Here's what you're going to need for this project. Yellow craft foam, green felt or craft foam, a pair of scissors, and a hot glue gun. Okay, we're going to start by cutting out the yellow part of the sponge. So just make a little rectangle. A little one. It depends on how big you want it. If you want a big sponge or a smaller sponge for like Kelly dolls or Ken dolls, or you can even do this for American Girl. And if you do it for an American Girl, I suggest using 2 layers of yellow craft foam. Okay, so just make it look kind of like this. Okay, and next we're going to glue on the felt or green craft foam to the yellow rectangle. So just take some glue, being very careful not to get any on your fingers or burn yourself. Just apply some glue and then put it on the corner of the felt. Just glue it right on the corner, that way you'll have the edge already done. And then just cut it off like this, and you're done. Okay, and that's how I make a doll Swiffer and sponge. See you guys next time. Bye!